Last year, we traveled around the country and identified different problems affecting Chamas.
Chama yetu ni chama hafifu, lakini ni ile ni mali usipokaa rada dona inaenda.
Kuna group yenye tulikuwa nayo, savings group, but hiyo ilikuwa like unatoa pesa, mtu mmoja ni anaandika na yeye ndio treasurer. Akishaandika hiyo pesa, mnasanya table banking, then mnapeana loans. Ikafika the end mnataka kugawa pesa. It was an incident. Vitabu zikachomeka, kitabu yake ikachomeka. There's nobody who was mwenye alikuwa na those records.
This year, we want to do it right. So we visit Mhasibu sacco to find out why they have existed for 36 years.
We have seen that Chamas, or groups as you may call them, have been struggling financially for one reason or another. We have seen in some circumstances where the officials of the Chama have withdrawn funds and not accounted for them.
Lack of understanding of the roles of officials has led to loss of money and fall of Chamas.
Chairman ni chukua wote unawaweka pamoja, kisha kuongea, mnapanga, mkipanga maendeleo inaendelea mbele.
We have seen also situations where the Chama may not be able to hold their meetings regularly and be able to get financial statements and accountability for the funds that they have pulled together.
Mko na kitu inaitwa record keeping. Mkisha kusanya pesa hivi, huwa mnaandika mahali ama huwa mnafanya aje ndo mjue nani alitoa nini?
Yeah, once tukishakuwa unajua sasa tunajuana. Na kwa chama unajua ni trusting. Lakini record pia lazima ikue. Nilikuwa nimechukua record asubuhi. Saa once ikifika jioni, mtu wa jua kali huwa kuna shughuli. Sitaki once ikifika jioni ndio nimechukua kitabu time kama hii ati ndio na record. Sasa vile nimesanya hizi pesa hivi nilikuwa nimeandika juu target naye huwa inajulikana.
The solutions we have as Mhasibu sacco for these groups and Chamas when you join as a member is that first and foremost, Chamas should be able to pursue registration, and under this they should be able to document and the operations of the Chama under an articles of association or a constitution. In that way, the operations of the Chama can be formal, and there can be very clear guidelines in terms of how the operations are to be run. And the executive committee members or the leaders of that Chama can also be well guided in terms of how to manage the finances of the Chama to avoid the kind of challenges that we have seen Chamas suffering from.
How did Chama come to be?
They were a group of people with an interest to develop and grow, but lacked some financial backup or a way, an organized financial support, either be it from their social systems or be it from organizations that are around to help them. And I think most of the people who came together tried to seek help. How can we do this? And it wasn't possible. So what they resorted to is, how can we help ourselves? So that is the genesis of table banking, where a group of people came together, said, you have 1,000, have 1,000, and let's put it on the table, let's ballot, let one person take it, and it goes like that. And every time, before you get again your chance, it goes for the number of times that the group members meet and how many group members are there. So with that in mind, then there are limitations, and how the banking sector now comes in to try, or even the sacco system comes to try and bridge that gap where people have money that is not helping them. It's helping them, but not helping them as much as they would want to do. So largely the banking sector now comes in to try and how can we give more money than these people can afford. So that structure of the Chamas is a starting point, because the structure is there, the people are there. They have tried themselves and tested themselves. So once they come now to the financial sector, be it the circles of the banks, then there is a starting point in terms of looking at the leadership, looking at the structures, looking at the capabilities, and then now being able to multiply that to afford them adequate capital or adequate finance to be able to carry out their projects.
By the way, do you remember the story of table banking?
Wafanya table banking. Table banking inasaidia, inainua. Si umeona venye umetupatia bahasha pale?
Bana, nimewapatia.
Mwenye amepata pesa nyingi 120,000. 120,000.
What is the difference between table banking and brick and mortar banking?
What's the difference between table banking and brick and mortar banking, where you walk into a bank and get money, or you walk into a sacco and get money? As I said earlier, we have limitations with table banking, because probably what you want to do is a project. For instance, you want to do poultry farming, and what you can afford to get at the table banking level is only probably 10,000, because you are 10 members who contribute 1,000 shillings, so you can only get 10,000. So how has the sacco setup or the banking setup come to do? It's basically the multiplier effect. That is the biggest advantage, because like in Mhasibu sacco, any Chama that comes to borrow, then we are able to multiply what they have saved or what they have on the table by 4 times, and we are able to give them a much higher amount. And do we ask for security? No. What do? We ask them to get to use the guarantee mechanism, and guarantee could even be from the individual members if they have managed to save from at different levels on their own capacity. They are able to guarantee the Chama, and the Chama is able to borrow. So there is no requirement to have the landed collateral to come and borrow from a sacco. There is no demand to have an elaborate application process apart from just filling a simple application form. There is no much in terms of the fees and commissions that are required. So then it gives them a leverage to be able to do bigger projects. One thing that proves to be a very big advantage when you go to the formal setup as opposed to the other setups is that once a Chama is, like for Mhasibu, you would have to be registered. What does registration do? Registration guards the Chama members. It protects them from governance issues, because it means that then there is a legal arm to it, in terms of we require the Chama to be registered. And mostly now Chamas are even registering as limited companies, where at least each of the Chama members then owns shares or a share in the company. So it means that now that registration helps us sort governance issues and protects the rights of every member.
So, what should we do to get it right this year?
The best advice that probably I will offer anyone who is either in a Chama or who is an individual and aspiring to be either a member or aspiring to be part and parcel of success of what and which enterprise they end up in the Chama sector. One of the things that they need to do in the area that you have mentioned, the area of savings, ensure that you are a regular saver. Develop a saving culture. And that one, you can only inculcate it yourself. One of the things that you may need to do is to ensure that you put up a percentage if I have gotten my 50,000 or even 10,000, I need probably to save just probably, even if it's 10% or even if it is 5%, but of course we will leave the percentage to you, because the higher you save, the better. So people who take their advice from even myself, that take at least I always advise, take at least the 10%, because even when it comes to the Bible perspective, we still tithe 10%. So take a similar tithing. Out of that 10, another 1,000, or out of that 100, another 10,000. By the end of the day, you will not regret.
And Mhasibu has offers for Chamas.
Under the long-term products, which will be helpful to the groups, and I'm sure many groups will be interested in, we have a mortgage product which can help the members to be able to realize their dreams of owning a home. We also have asset financing loan. Motor vehicle financing is one of them. And members of the Chama can be able to use this product to be able to acquire the assets that they desire to own. We also have other products which are long-term in terms of the normal loans, the gold loan, which are available at very affordable rates. And when the Chamas pool their resources and save in Mhasibu sacco, they will be able to borrow against those finances and be able to actualize the investments that they desire as a group.